Sandwich Man
Yep.
is acquitted.
It turns out...
This was sent to me by Mark Fernkopf, but yeah, we briefly touched on this last week, I think.
It turns out we can actually call them hero sandwiches again.
Yes.
There goes my hero.
So a former Justice Department employee who threw a sandwich at a federal agent during President Donald Trump's law enforcement surge in Washington was found not guilty of assault on Thursday in the latest legal rebuke of the federal invention. It is unclear whether or not he was peppered. I'm sorry.
It's
an assault charge involving a sandwich. How can I not?
My only concern, though, is that what level of fucking white do you have to be to only use a salt? You should be using a little more than that. Come on, your food deserves better.
Yeah, I told you about the white people hummus at BajaCon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. It was so confusing because that's not what hummus looks like. Anyway, this was sent to me by Mark Fernkopf. So the Justice Department initially sought a felony assault indictment against him, but the grand jury, which the saying has been since long before this happened that a grand jury will indict a ham sandwich, and the grand jury failed to indict the thrower of the ham sandwich because there was not enough evidence for a felony thing. So she lowered it down to a
misdemeanor.
What was it? Misdemeanor? Yeah, she lowered it down to a misdemeanor, and that's what finally got charged. And then
if you're sitting there trying to do a full-on assault charge for that, I'm just gonna because it was at a fucking officer, right? Yeah. There is no point in time where I can look at that officer strapped up with all of their fucking gear and not call them a pussy at that point. I was assaulted. Yeah, maybe your ego.
Did you see any of the documentation about this, like the officer's testimony and everything?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so like part of it was like he was talking about how like the sandwich exploded onto his vest and he smelled like onions and stuff and mustard the rest of the night or whatever. And then the defense just got up and was like, okay, but we watched the video and the sandwich is still like firmly in the wrapper when it's on the ground, so no, it didn't explode on you. But like that was his thing, is that like, oh, I had to smell onions for a couple hours. It was the worst. I'm so traumatized.
I'm sorry you had to smell onions. I have to smell onions when I make butter chicken. You're not gonna call that fucking assault.
Depends what you do with the butter chicken, man. Do you do it well?
I think I do it well.
Do you do it like Little India in Toronto? Because that is the only acceptable butter chicken after I've been there.
You know what? When we are no longer under the Donald Trump administration, come over to my house and I'll make you butter chicken. You can figure it out for yourself.
No, we are under the Donald Trump administration. You need to flee the country, come to my house. You can make me butter chicken, and then I will take you to Little India, and we can try their butter chicken, and we'll see whose is better.
It sounds like I just need to get enough money to get a plane ticket at that point.
I am... Now, sirs, don't take this the wrong way, but I am willing to bet that the actual Indian people from India make a better butter chicken than the white guy from Georgia.
Okay, it's not that I disagree with you. It's not that I disagree with you. It's that I'm always up for a fucking challenge.
Okay, there we go. As soon as you get enough money, you come visit. And then overstay your visa or something.
Karen Ambassador says plane ticket, there are flights again? Not right now.
yeah, fucking right. Flights. Ha. Have you met Cyrus? He's gonna drive. He's gonna drive that shit.
That is what I usually try to do.
Yeah.
And now in an electric vehicle.
You could make it a tax deduction because you could make one of those vlog trips about what it's like to road trip in an EV.
Oh, I went to go do a fucking video with a content creator that the whole trip was tax deductible. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
I was driving and got inspired. Tax deductible. Fuck off with that shit. I am in a creative industry and I will abuse that because I don't have enough money not to.
Yeah. So I like Janine Pirro's statement on this. She said, "As always, we accept a jury's verdict. That is the system within which we function. However, law enforcement should never be subject to assault, no matter how minor. In other words, we accept the jury's verdict, we just don't accept the jury's verdict." Like, that's basically saying we recognize that legally we cannot continue to pursue this, but we want to continue to pursue this.
they should never be subjected to assault no matter how minor. Okay, but should they be allowed to assault other people?
Oh.
Because currently the system we have is that they can. Like, one of my big problems with how we view law enforcement is that law enforcement is allowed to kick your teeth in, and you can't do anything about it.
You can't do shit.
Like, that bothers me on a deep personal level.
Thank you for redeeming the hydrate, Agamotto, but I don't have any water on me. I'm sorry. But I'm also not drinking beer, so I'm not actively dehydrating myself. Yeah, no, the fact, like, I saw a video a while ago. They were talking about that crazy contraption that police have now to, like, it's being advertised as a safety thing in order to stop high-speed chases. It's like a scoop thing that, like, they scoop a net under the back tires of the car in front of them, and it just rips the rear axle off, and so now the car can't go anywhere. And
so they're allowed to destroy your property, but
yes, but no, but here's the best part here is that this was a lawyer putting the video together talking about what happens if my car is stolen and then the police decide to recapture the car using this method. What sort of compensation am I entitled to? The answer is fucking nothing. You need to make an insurance claim, and your insurance is going to go up because you made a claim. So
Yay.
They can destroy your car and make you pay more money on your insurance because of them destroying your car, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I love the system. I am a fan of the system.
Yeah, like instead of high-speed chases, we're just going to, we're going to do something that if a private citizen did it to your car, they would go to jail for a very long time. And we're going to do that to keep people safe. How about you just don't chase them? Or, if you do chase them with a helicopter.
I've actually always kind of been concerned about the idea of the high-speed chase, because, as quote-quote thrilling as it may be, ultimately, if somebody were to take something of yours and you want to chase them down, it feels like once you have a bead on who they are and where they are, just using the fucking surveillance apparatus.
Just fucking back off. You got cameras everywhere. They found Luigi in a couple days. But of course, the cops aren't actually going to work that hard to. They don't care about finding your stuff. They want to have fun chasing people. And you know what's almost as fun as chasing people is destroying the car that they're in with a cool gadget that I get to play with.
Militarization of the police, everybody.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
So yeah, fuck the police with a ham sandwich.
Coming straight from the underground.
That's not mayo.
Well, are we done with the sandwich escapades?
We're done with the sandwich escapades.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Sereth, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.